You don't have to be violent in order for you to get your share in this world. It requires unity. It requires individual patriotism towards your race. And to those people who are...
Hi everybody, Tilly to the top here. Thank you for clicking this video. Guys, I just want you to watch this video for me. Please watch this video for me. Because anytime I come across any slavery videos or anything about slavery books or whatever it is, I always want to learn something. So I came across these videos and I put them together. I want you to watch this. You are going to learn something from it. In Ghana, they teach us slavery in school, but they don't teach us detailing how deep it is when it comes to slavery. And I just always want to learn more and understand what the Americans, Black Americans, went through when they came here.
Forget about slavery. Forget about 9/11. Forget about 9/11. If you tell African Americans to forget about slavery, then forget about 9/11. It's an American tragedy. Slavery was an American tragedy. And telling African Americans to forget the fact that their ancestors were being seen as property and not even deemed as human is un-American and a contributor to white supremacy. The American Cotton Institution was literally built from the wombs of Black female slaves, because when the masters realized they couldn't keep going back and forth to Africa to collect more slaves, they had no choice but to create sex farms, or what I like to call rape farms, where the female slaves will be sent to these rape farms, be raped, get pregnant, give birth to more slaves, and those babies would be sent to different plantations. And some were not even sent to those rape farms. Some of them were just raped on the plantation by their masters. And also, the masters would have their male slaves rape other female slaves to produce more slaves. Hell, there was even a sport where the masters would bet between two male slaves to fight each other, and the winner would rape the female slave. Back to the rape farms, the conditions of the rape farms would be so horrible that 73% of Black babies would die because of how filthy it was and how unhealthy the female slaves were. The babies who did survive the rape farms, or the babies who were born on plantations by, the female slaves, they'll be auctioned off. And the auctioning would be so loud because of all the female slaves begging their masters not to sell their babies to a different plantation. Rarely, some of the babies stayed with their mother, but the majority of the time, like 90% of those babies, were sent to different plantations where they'll be raised into thinking that they're nothing but property. And so when they become an age, the process will start all over again. Either a male slave will rape a female slave, or the female slave will be raped by the male slave or by their master. The mixed race slaves, they had a little bit of a different treatment. Those who most likely had European features would be house slaves, and those who were light-skinned but had Afrocentric features would be seen as fancy girls, have a higher price, and will still be raped and be seen as property. Also not surprising, if a female slave, light-skinned or dark-skinned, gave birth to a deformed slave baby, they would be used as gator bait. Alligator, crocodile, bait. And some of you who claim that you're like true Americans and like patriotic will literally fight like you're the orcs from Helm's Deep in saying that Black Americans don't deserve reparations. First of all, our ancestors did not deserve reparations. They've earned it. They've earned those reparations for suffering 400 to 500 years of being seen as inhuman, property, and sex and breeding tools. They've earned it. Now, I'm logical enough to know that giving every single African American who is a descendant of a slave to get reparations like $1 million, I understand that. That'll be impossible because there's so many of us. My thing is, why not give some of that money that is black owned, like some of the communities that are run by the majority of black people. Why not build up those communities with the money that could be our reparations? You know, the apartments that the majority of black people live in, why don't we just build those up? The playgrounds, the school, the education. Why not do that? Oh, are you feeling uncomfortable? I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry that you feel uncomfortable giving money to the people who are descendants who built this country. I'm so sorry. I feel like I need to clarify this. When African Americans are saying that we deserve reparations, we're saying that we need to be like recognized as descendants of people who were seen as objects. Because they didn't get it. Our ancestors didn't get it. But we can get it. And we can use it to build our community, to make it better. Like all these rundown businesses, all these old buildings that the majority of black people are around, we can build those up and make them new. But I have a strong feeling that's never going to happen. In conclusion, if you claim to be pro-American, patriotic, America is the greatest country in the world, and you tell African Americans to forget about slavery, you're unpatriotic, you're not a true American, and you are a contributor to white supremacy, which is seen as a domestic terrorism. Have a nice day.
Better than black people, and they want to oppress us, and they want us to allow ourselves to be oppressed. I can't solve the problem. You guys pull the strings that close schools. You guys draw the boundaries that keep our kids restricted to the ghetto. You guys write up the restrictive covenants that keep us out of houses. So it's up to you to talk to your brothers and your sisters and persuade them that they have a responsibility. We've assumed ours for over 400 years, and we're tired of this kind of stuff now. We're not going to suffer patiently anymore. No more turning the other cheek. No more blessing our enemies. No more praying for those who despitefully use us. We're going to show you that we've learned the lessons you've taught us. We've studied your history, and you did not take over this country by singing "We Shall Overcome." You did not gain control of the world like you have it now by dealing fairly with a man and keeping your word. You're treaty breakers, you're liars, you're thieves, you rape entire continents and races of people. Then you wonder why these very people don't have any confidence or trust in you. Your religion means nothing. Your law is a farce, and we see it every day. You demonstrated it, and you couldn't walk around and talk to people, stand up in your pulpit on Sunday and preach nice little songs and say, now we're going to give thanks to the Lord for he is good and old Jesus be among us. As far as we're concerned, your Jesus is contaminated, just like everything else you tried to force upon us is contaminated.
Right? Because I've been a slave. The 13th Amendment abolished slavery unless you've been convicted of a crime. Do you understand what I'm saying?
I catch you.
I'm inventory at the age of 17, a slave for the state of Texas to serve 8 years of servitude in the Texas Department of Criminal Justice.
Now, why you say a slave? Because some people think that, hey, once you're there, you just get a bunk bed, you get a book, and you get to just sit there in boring silence for the rest of your days.
You asked me why I said slavery?
Let's go.
Have you ever seen a nigga pick cotton?
Nah.
Where have you seen a nigga pick cotton at?
Never in my life.
A slave, though.
Oh, slave. Yeah.
Nigga, I was sent to pick cotton. That's why I said.
Oh, so wait. So
I was sent to say I was.
Wait. All right,
I ain't never seen nothing but a slave pick cotton.
Wait. So
yeah.
You have actually picked cotton off the cotton plant.
I have picked cotton off the cotton plant. Texas Department of Criminal Justice. You pick cotton off the cotton plant.
I remember.
I go out here to the fields, and this is something me and you would never think exists. Right around the corner here, it's plantations of nothing but cotton. The South Empire was built on cotton, and they hadn't changed it in the 90s. We was here to pick it. And look, when I got to the field, I'm like, I'm not picking that shit, nigga. I'm not no motherfucking slave. They drew their guns. You ask what happened. Yeah. You say what happened, right? Oh, they trained for niggas. Oh, you one of them niggas. You think you ain't gonna pick, huh?
Yeah.
You think you Kunta, Toby? Roll right up me on them guns, told me get down on my hands and knees or they gonna shoot me. That's what I'm telling you. You are a slave. They have the right to kill you if you pose a threat to leave in this structure. No, damn. This is jail.
So
I am a slave. If I run, they shoot me in the back.
How many times you thought of running?
None. Well, what you mean?
So let me, at any point, did you feel like, man, if we all get in this together, we can overtake this shit?
That shit sound good,
right,
bro. That shit sound good. And I'm going to get to that, right? So to this point here, right? They made me get on the ground. One of them got off the horse. When he got off the horse, if I made any moves, you get smoked. They get a free kill. They got notches on their shit from niggas they done killed.
Yeah.
They keeping the score. Do you hear what I'm saying? That's why I say, let's not play with this shit. This is slavery. This is my first day. I'm like, you, what the fuck is this?
You still a child? Yeah, you still a kid?
Too.
You what, 17, 18?
I'm 17.
17?
Like, what the fuck is this? Make me get on my knees. One of them get off, handcuff me, right? And I'm thinking this, well, at least I get a ride back in the building. I'm out this shit. They got me fucked up. No, that's not happening, bro. Guess what they do? You know, do they whip you? They don't whip you, right? This what they do. It's hot outside right now, right? Yeah. They have a trailer. Everybody know of a trailer, like they go on the track back of a truck. Yeah. They have a trailer that's enclosed with a fence, a regular fence. Yeah. They handcuff you in this trailer, put you in this trailer like this, no seats in the trailer or nothing, for the rest of the day. Welcome to burning hell. I'm telling you, I've been a slave, bro. And that shit ain't nothing to play with. I can tell you this, though. By day 6, I was the most best cotton picking nigga they ever had down in that motherfucker. Look here, say, look here. And I wasn't the only one. It was some stiff cotton picking niggas down there. Do you hear what I'm saying? Hey, nigga, I'm telling you the honest truth. Meaning they have perfected on mentally and physically breaking niggas. And listen, if you got 2 out of line, I'm finna get to your story too. Listen, that's them breaking you. After that, if you get 2 out of line, them niggas will whoop you out there. Hey, you fucking it up for everybody. Nigga, if boss man say this nigga ain't acting right, them niggas will whoop you out there. So I went from that to having fights out there. And guess what? Fight, win, lose, or draw. Back to picking cotton. No matter what. Back to picking cotton.
I am not Malcolm X. I am not Marcus Garvey. I am not Martin Luther King. I am not Robert Mugabe. I am not Kenneth Kaunda. I am not Mandela. I am not Patrice Lumumba. I am not Kwame Nkrumah. I am not Thomas Sankara. I am not Savimbi. I am not Idi Amin. I am not Samora Machel. I am a student, however, of these people. And these people, if they're to see what we are and what we have done with the little freedom we got, in their graves, they're disappointed. Allow me to quote Kwame Nkrumah's speech in 1961. If we are to move forward with the independence we've gotten, we must have one army, one currency, one voice. Or else the enemy will come back in the name of foreign direct investment under new colonialism, neo-colonialism. They will flood our economy with their products, with their strategies. And to quote another great African, Chinwe Achebe, in his book Things Fall Apart, the white people and the other races have put a knife on things that hold us up together, and we have fallen. We've become apart because these systems of other people are able to thrive because of our own people. You see, if we cannot reason as one, we will perish as all. Allow me to quote another person, the founder of Singapore. He said, if we are to develop, we must help ourselves. We must look for internal solutions. Look at Singapore today. It has the highest number of millionaires in the world. You don't have to be violent in order for you to get your share in this world. It requires unity. It requires individual patriotism towards your race. And to those people who are of my kind but are helping the enemy, to you I tell you, time of honoring yourselves will soon come to an end. Share this video with any black person that wants to wake up, that wants unity. Just teach our children the truth. We are not the descendants of slaves. We are kings and queens. We are spiritual beings. We seem like we need them because they have crushed our pharmaceuticals. They've gotten rid of our ways of healing ourselves, and they've introduced us their own poison. They have taught us we are nothing because they burned down our universities. Till today, the Vatican still locks the most prominent, most useful poetry of African descent under Finis Africae. You feel you need them because they've killed your natural seed and have sold you their own chemicalized. You feel you need them because they run your manufacturing industries. I tell you what, we need control of our agriculture. We need control of our own medicine. We need control of our own production and means to that. I am no prophet, but the revolution has started.